That's gonna take you a while, huh? One seed at a time is gonna take a long time. What are you doing? Can you tell people what you're doing? Are you cleaning out the squash?
What?
Squash?
What's a what?
Yep, cleaning squash. You're doing a really good job. You're a super duper helper at dinner time. Nice work. Keep going. You're super grubby. Almost like you've been playing with ducks all day.
Whoa!
Whoa! You've been playing with ducks all day? Is your chair wiggling? I know, but you gotta keep going. Alright, so here we have a venison roast. This is the first, well, we made tacos with venison burger, but I'm really excited about this. Venison roast, we didn't keep any of these out of Paul's deer last year. I was super bummed. So I'm going to add in our diced tomatoes. And those just have Italian seasoning in them. That's how I can them. And then we're going to add mushrooms. These mushrooms needed to be used up. As you can see, there's a little bit of browning going on, but that's okay. And some garlic. We buy our garlic from an organic farmer that we're friends with. They grow phenomenal, giant garlic. And this is in the Instant Pot, so we're going to pop this in for the meat setting. And then we are going to throw the squash in the oven that Kingston was just cleaning. And then we're going to sit and wait for dinner to be done, which is why I love my Instant Pot so freaking much. So I will show you guys the finished product. Hello, hello. So, I apologize for not showing you the finished product on that venison roast. I had let my phone die. I didn't plug it in. I was chasing Kingston. I was dealing with a fussy baby. I don't know about you guys, but both of my newborns, Kingston when he was little and now Stevie, both get super duper just like fussy in between like 5 and 7 p.m. It's a struggle. So I totally forgot to show you guys the results on that, but it was delicious. And of course, one of the things about venison that people don't think of when they're, they're consuming it, they eat it for the first time and they're like, wow, this is really gamey. I'm not sure if I like it. I've had numerous people tell me that they can't cook venison in a way that they like, but they've had it from other people that they do like it. And I think a lot of that actually has to do with the way it's butchered, what size and what age deer it was, and a few other factors. I have never tasted a super gamey deer, but gaminess doesn't bother me to begin with. I really like game meat, so I don't get bothered by it quickly. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into that, and if you have questions about it or you really want to like venison, feel free to message me and ask me. And we'll compare what you've done compared to what I've done and see if we can't figure that out for you, because it is a fantastic source of meat, especially if you live in a state with a good deer hunting season. Now, she's talking to, I've got some baby videos on the TV to keep her content for a little while. She's talking to the TV. So, the things that I wanted to talk about today. Now, a lot of my videos this winter are probably going to be more like sit down and teach videos, because we don't do it. We're in Maine. We're zone 5, almost zone 4. It gets really, really cold here, and so we don't spend a lot of time outside in the winter unless we're ice fishing. We'll go ice fishing a lot, and a few other things. I'll show you guys. Obviously, we'll do greenhouse tours all throughout the winter to keep you up on the progress on that. But for the most part, it'll be a lot of sitting and teaching videos from here on out. And today I wanted to touch base on things that I do when I don't feel good, or when I start to feel like I'm going to be sick. And the reason I'm going to touch base on that is because I had to do it today. And I was like, this is actually kind of helpful. People might need to or like to know what's going on with this, and what they can do to prevent continuing on with that sick. Because when I start to feel sick, I take a lot of precautions, and I immediately do a lot of things that usually halt it for me. They stop it right there, and that's really convenient when you're as busy as I am. So this morning, first thing I do when I don't feel good is I assess what type of don't feel good it is. This morning, I woke up still tired. I woke up shaky and dizzy, like I was having low blood sugar problems, and I had a stomach ache and a migraine. So I was leaning more towards, stomach bug, along those lines. So, hang on, little girl, it'll come back on. So many ads. Why do they put ads on the kids' videos, It's like, come on, give us a break. She doesn't even care. So this morning it was obviously a stomach bug type thing. And so the first thing I did was immediately, when I don't feel good, I immediately drink like a whole bottle of water, because sometimes, a lot of the time, it's because I haven't drank enough water. I am super sensitive when it comes to drinking enough water. My body will just be like, you're done if I don't drink enough, especially in the summertime. And I tend to drink a lot of coffee, so that's a big thing. So the first thing I do is I drink a bottle of water, so that I know that water's out of the question. And then, with it being a stomach bug type thing, and I was visiting the bathroom a lot, the next thing I went to was my bone broth, which was it was funny, because obviously no one's excited to not feel good, but I was excited to finally get the chance to try my bone broth in the way that I made it for. And and I tried that one that I showed you guys, that I did like the vegetables, the chicken, and the beef bones. I kind of mixed them together, wondering what would happen, and it came out absolutely delicious. So I drank a half pint of that, and then I went to my tea. And the tea is the second thing, is a go-to for anything. And I switch it up depending on what the issue is. But today, it was just, I either use a ginger or a peppermint tea. Both of those things can help settle the stomach. A ginger or a peppermint tea, I put real ginger, powdered ground ginger in my tea. And then I put a little bit of turmeric, and then I put raw honey, and today I put some raw milk cream in there as well. All things that are going to help the stomach work through whatever it's working through, and just give your body a boost, because it could have very well, because I'm already starting to feel better, it very well could have been that I was just worn out. I was tired and I was not doing what I needed to do to stay on top of things. So that easily could have been the issue. So broth, tea, and then if it had been a sore throat problem or a cough problem, the first thing I would have done is gone to my fermented garlic and honey, which I've already done once. I woke up and my throat was just slightly like hurt a little bit. It could have been dry air, it could have been anything, but I was like, nope, not playing this game. Went, pulled it out of the pantry, took a spoonful of just the honey. I didn't even take any of the garlic, just the honey. It didn't even taste that bad. Like, I think that would be super fun to cook with. You know, just as a precaution, because right now we're on the touchy subject with COVID. The cases are going up here in Maine, just as they are everywhere else, which was predicted. And you know, as a small business owner, I can't let product leave here if I'm sick with a COVID type sickness. Paul can't go to work. He works inside people's houses. He's a apprentice for a heating and plumbing company, and so he works inside people's houses. So he can't go to work if he's if one of us is sick, you know, along the COVID-19 type illness. Plus, my grandparents are super high risk. So, a lot of factors there where we're trying to be careful, and just those natural remedies help a lot, and they do their job. And one of the precautions that I take anyways, and I mean, we haven't gone sick yet this year, is other than allergies. You'll hear me sniffling in a couple of videos. That's the cold. That's because Maine doesn't know what it wants to be in the in the fall time. It does the same thing in the spring. Okay, you wake up in the morning and you have to put on a jacket, and then by noon time you have the AC turned on, and it makes your body like freak out. You've got a runny nose, and then you don't have a runny nose, and then you're coughing, and it's ridiculous, but that's all normal. But one of the things that I do as a precaution is me and Kingston twice a week will share one of those emergency packets, drinks there with all the vitamins and whatnot in it, and they taste really good. He loves them. He thinks they're a treat. He thinks they're a juice or whatever. So we take those twice a week just as a precaution. And along with that, you know, we just I don't know if you guys can hear her or not, but she's loving it. She's in a good mood right now anyways, because on Tuesdays usually Kingston will go to his Nana's house, my mother's house, because I'm busy and I need a break, and we let our kids go with very few people, and my mother's one of them. So he goes there and hangs out and plays with his aunts and uncles, and gets spoiled, and me and little miss get CSA shares ready and rest. So so she's always in a good mood anyways on Tuesdays. And so yeah, so those are things. Other than that, we eat healthy. You know, we're eating our own food. We produce. This summer we were easily eating and producing 90% of our own food, which is really cool. And with the greenhouse mishappening there, with us losing a lot of the crops in the greenhouse, I have had to buy more from the grocery store than we had this summer, but still not a lot. And really, a lot of the buying from the grocery store that I'm doing right now is actually stocking up on stuff that I know that we're gonna want. And if there are things like, you know, shutdowns or, you know, a couple week lockdowns or whatever, It'll just make our lives easier to have those things, to not have to go to the grocery store to get them anyways. We don't, we do enjoy going to the store every once in a while, me and Paul. We'll hit up Sam's Club tomorrow. In Maine we have Sam's Clubs, and we're gonna hit up that tomorrow while Kingston's still at my mother's house. As a toddler, he just like, he touches everything. He like licks stuff. So he's not going into stores right now. But so we'll hit up Sam's Club tomorrow before we go pick him up and get some other stuff. And I'm gonna, after we hit up Sam's Club and get the rest of our bulk stuff and the little stuff that we stock up on, I'm gonna do a video about that for you guys, just to show you what we stock up on, and talk about how I do a lot of shopping sales. But other than that, those are the things that I do immediately when I feel like I'm not gonna feel good. Ginger and peppermint are both great for stomach aches, and peppermint especially. Like, even if I just throw a peppermint candy, you know, the bags that you can get for like 99 cents full of like the green or red peppermints, throw one of those in my mouth, and while I'm waiting for other stuff to be ready and whatever, I've got a sick stomach, it actually sometimes will just about fix it and get rid of it for me long enough to do the other things. So ginger and peppermint, you know, raw honey is always good to have in your diet anyways. Garlic's always good to have in your diet. Just bone broth, tea, combining all of these superfoods to boost your body, and then in return your body won't really need help much else past that. We don't spend a lot of time at the doctor's office at all, unless something is wrong for like a week plus that we don't recognize, that we can't get to stop, but that rarely ever happens. So, you know, these superfoods, these natural stuff that just really helps your body function the way it's supposed to without intruding with, you know, rough medications. This is the way that we like to go. And so I thought I'd share that with you guys today. And like I said, after we go to Sam's Club tomorrow, hopefully I'll have a video up about what we stock up on, how we go about stocking up without being crazy, and so on and so forth. And I look forward to showing you guys that, because I like to shop and I like to stock up on stuff. I'm not one of those people that, like, if there's a list that needs to be made for something, I'm like, yes, give me a pen, a cup of coffee, and my notebook and some peace and quiet, and I'll make lists. I'll make to-do lists. I'll make grocery lists all day. I love it. It's, you know, just something that calms my brain. It's working because it's thinking of what it needs to do, but it's giving me something to focus on other than everything around me, including the crazy children. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that, and until then, I guess that will be all. I think I covered everything. Yep. So yeah, so stay healthy, guys. Stay safe, and I will talk soon.